Disclaimer, I attempt to use a Scottish accent for the voice of the Spy Doctor. However, I don't think I am terribly successful, so I apologise in advance for a terrible Scottish accent in this audio and all future audios featuring the Spy Doctor. Sorry. Doctor Who, Cuboid in Space, Part 1. Doctor Who, Cuboid in Space, written and read by Nick Payne, Part 1. M looked out of his window, looking out across space. The space agency had recently just been set up, but it seemed to be struggling. Most of the funding had gone to actually getting it into space. He sat back down at his desk, then one of his phones started ringing. He picked it up. "M here," M said. The voice on the telephone was one of his agents, Agent Lisa Hartfell. "Sir, there's been an incident at one of the crime scenes." Agent Hartfell had been investigating small purple cuboids falling onto asteroids and moons, and now some had arrived on Earth. Hartfell had recently joined forces with Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge-Stewart, head of unit, to investigate the incidents. Now some unit soldiers had been killed mysteriously, and no one knew why. Recently, a soldier had been killed in a meadow near Epping, in Essex, England, United Kingdom. "What's happened?" M asked. Hartfell explained. "A mysterious blue box has arrived in the meadow. A soldier saw it land. Then a man stepped out of it and fell to the ground." "I see," M said. Hartfell continued. "The man's been sent to a local hospital in Epping. I'm there now. I'm going to interview him as soon as he wakes. The brigadier is also on his way. He thinks he may know the man." "Very well," M said. "Proceed." He then put down the phone. On Earth, Lisa Hartwell put down her phone, then headed over to the bed where the mysterious man was now lying, unconscious. She looked outside at the unit and space agency vehicles and security outside the hospital, causing a commotion. She opened the window to let in air and to get a better look. As she was looking out, the man opened his eyes and turned his head to face her. Hartfell then turned back to face the man, awakening. He looked at her, silently. A few seconds passed as the two of them looked at each other in silence. Then the man spoke. "Shoes." The man had a kind of Scottish accent. Hartfell had to take a double take when she heard what he had said. "I'm sorry?" she said. The man looked at her with slight annoyance. "Shoes," he repeated, a little louder. "Shoes?" Hartfell said, questionably. "Shoes, lass," the man repeated. "You want your shoes?" she asked. "Yes, lass," the man said. "I'm afraid I don't know where your shoes, or any of your clothes for that matter, are, sir," Hartfell said. The man scowled. Lisa apologised. "Sorry." "Never mind. Where am I and who are you?" the man asked. "Lisa Hartfell of the Space Agency. You are at St. Margaret's Hospital in Epping, just outside of London in the United Kingdom." "Earth," the man finished for Hartfell. "Yes." "What happened?" the man asked. Lisa explained to him what she had explained to M, as well as what she was doing. The man was intrigued. "Fascinating." "So what I want to know is," Lisa asked, "who are you?" The man sighed and looked at her. "I am a Time Lord known only as the Doctor. I recently regenerated, so now I have to get used to my new body. Is this a Scottish accent I have?" "Lovely." "Time Lord?" Lisa asked. "Oh, I've heard about you. And I know of you, Doctor." The Doctor smiled. "My reputation has preceded me. Or succeeded me, if you were referring to any future incarnations." "I see," Lisa said. The Doctor then got up. "Right. Now I need my shoes and a new costume." "You shouldn't be getting up. You need to rest." "I'll be fine, lass," the Doctor said, but wobbled a bit, worrying Lisa. He then stabilised. "I'm fine," he said, then headed out of the room. Lisa sighed. Oh boy. She followed the Doctor. Unbelievable. The Doctor entered what appeared to be a room for people's clothes. He started looking for a new costume. He picked out a tailored shirt and trousers, with a matching tuxedo jacket with a handkerchief. He also found a bow tie, as well as socks and shoes. "I still need my predecessor's shoes," he said. Lisa entered. "What are you doing?" she asked. The doctor looked at her new costume. "Those clothes belong to people you know." Lisa protested. The doctor smiled. "They won't wish them," he said, much to Lisa's shock. Lisa then looked down. "You've been so concerned about your shoes, but now you've got new ones." "Oh, I still need the other ones," the doctor said. "There's something valuable inside one of them. Plus, I prefer to hold on to my predecessor's clothes. Which reminds me, where are... Aha!" The doctor found his predecessor's clothes and the shoes he was looking for. "Yes." "Oh good, you found them," Lisa said. "What gosh darn important valuable do you have in those shoes?" The doctor picked up a bag and put his predecessor's clothes into it, except for one of the shoes, the left one. He took out the insole and what appeared to be a key. "This," he said, showing Lisa the key. He then put it inside an inside pocket in his new tuxedo jacket and replaced the insole. He then placed the left shoe in the bag with the right shoe and the clothes. He then also took out a small metal rod and a small leather card holder from his predecessor's jacket or coat, then placed them into his pockets. "There you go," the doctor said. "All done." "About time," Lisa said, but the doctor ignored her and walked out of the room. Lisa called after him. "Hey!" She followed the doctor out of the room, then out of the hospital. She saw him using the metal rod, scanning the area. She approached him. "What are you doing?" she asked. He didn't answer, then headed off. "Oh, for goodness sake," Lisa said and followed him. "How much volume would I have to do?" she asked herself. The answer came once the pair had gotten to the meadow. The doctor walked up to the police box. "Where's the soldier on guard?" Lisa wondered. The doctor took out a key from his inside pocket and placed it into the lock of the box's right-hand door. The door opened. The doctor stepped in. As he did so, someone grabbed Lisa from behind, grabbing her mouth and forehead, attempting to drag her away. Whoever it was, they were strong. Lisa elbowed her wannabe kidnapper in the belly, but they didn't flinch. In fact, it made their strip on her tighter. The doctor had turned to see what was happening and saw that Lisa's attacker was... "Oh, fucking Auton!" the doctor exclaimed with shock. The Auton continued to grip Lisa and drag her away, much to Lisa's attempts to dislodge it. The doctor quickly closed the police box's door and ran over towards them. He reached the Auton and attempted a Venusian karate chop to its neck. "Hike!" The doctor chopped the Auton's neck. This caused the head to fall off, but the body continued to move, dragging Lisa along with it. The doctor ran up and tackled the Auton to the ground. The Auton released Lisa but now focused its attention on the doctor. It moved its hands to strangle the doctor, but Lisa whipped out a gun and shot it. The bullet penetrated the body, and the Auton jigged for a few minutes. It then moved back over towards Lisa. She shot a few more times into the Auton, hitting it every time. She was managing to slow it down, but not stop it. Eventually the doctor got up and picked up a branch and whacked the Auton several times with the branch. Eventually it stopped moving. The doctor and Lisa took a moment to breathe. Lisa then put her gun back in her pocket. As she did, she saw the body of the unit soldier guarding the body. Dead. Strangled by the looks of it. She screamed, "Fuck!" The doctor tried to calm her down. "Shush! There'll be more of them coming. Come on." The doctor grabbed Lisa and took her over to the box. He unlocked the door again, opened it, and shoved Lisa inside and followed her, closing the door as he did. Lisa took a moment to take in her surroundings. She was in a gigantic room. "Welcome to my home," the doctor said, smiling. He walked past Lisa up to what he called the console, which had a time rotor in the middle. He then dropped the bag with his predecessor's clothes on a chair. He then turned round to look at Lisa. "What do you think?" he asked. Lisa was still in shock. "Where are we?" she asked. The doctor smiled. "It's called the TARDIS. TARDIS. That's time and relative dimensions in space." "Holy shit!" Lisa exclaimed. The doctor smiled. "Yes. We could go anywhere, you and I," the doctor said. Lisa paused, then looked up. "We need to find out where that... what did you call it? Auton? Where that Auton came from." "Yes," the doctor said. "And you are right. It was an Auton." He pulled a lever on the console and the TARDIS took off, groaning and wheezing as it did. Lisa smiled with joy. The TARDIS materialised into a plastics factory. The Doctor and Lisa got out and started to look around. They walked around the corridor. The walls were painted mustard yellow and were showing signs of abandonment and dampness, with some moulding. They could hear machinery though. The Doctor opened the door and they looked inside. They saw a factory in operation. Machines were making plastic dolls and toys, as well as shop mannequins. The Doctor and Lisa walked into the room, examining the mannequins. They looked very real to the ones from the meadow. "Is this where our autumn came from?" Lisa asked. The Doctor examined the mannequins up close. "Washby," he said. Suddenly there was a noise and the mannequins activated. The one nearest to the Doctor pushed him towards a machine. The Doctor hit his head on it and fell onto a conveyor belt, knocking off some plastic toys as he fell on, unconscious. The belt and the Doctor were heading towards a machine that was chopping off loose pieces of plastic from the near-finished toys. The machine was going faster, cutting off more plastic than necessary off the toys, and speeding up as the Doctor approached it. The conveyor belt also sped up, bringing the Doctor closer to the chopping machine, faster and sooner. Meanwhile, another orphan had grabbed Lisa and was restraining her. She tried to call the Doctor to get him to wake up. "Doctor! Doctor! Look out! Wake up!" But no matter how loud she yelled, Lisa could not wake the Doctor as he headed towards the machine at a very fast speed.